Thanks for joining us in this week's episode. We've been out and about on the dirt roads around our home base and thought we'd take the opportunity to give you a bit of a life update.
Welcome, people.
Hi.
We're out here in the bush enjoying a bit of a Sunday drive.
Yeah, because we can.
Yes.
So we thought we'd take the opportunity to give you a bit of a, what do they call it?
Life update.
Yes, a life update. We haven't done one of those for a while. We've had a pretty hectic end of 2024 and start of 2025, didn't we?
Yes. Lots of changes and lots of unplanned things that happened, and that changed all the plans that we had.
Yeah, so the plan was that we would be in early part of 2025 up in Queensland doing a property sit and having a bit of touring around time up there. Then we were going to come home to home base for a brief period of time, and then we are heading to Ireland and Scotland in mid-year. So that was the plan. As we know, life doesn't always go to plan. Does it?
No.
So towards the end of last year, we had some issues going on with family with regard to health of actually several members of the family, and we made the decision that we had to pull the pin on all of our plans until we knew that everyone was kind of stable, happy, didn't need us around. And what it meant is we did have to change all our plans. So we felt terrible that for the first time ever, we had to pull out of a property sit that we were supposed to do in Queensland. That didn't go down very well with us. The people were great. They were wonderful. But we just felt dreadful.
No,
didn't we?
But on the better side, on the other side of that, because we changed our plans, we weren't there during Cyclone Alfred, was it?
Yes. Yeah. If we would have been right in the thick of it had we gone up. So we did miss that. And fortunately, things have kind of evened out now. So we're rethinking what we need to do next.
And then work comes along and offers me a contract for a few months. That complicates things as well, but at least I work remotely. So
for those of you that don't know, Aidan works remotely. Do you want to tell people what you do?
I'm a business analyst working for a financial insurance company, setting up some software and supporting it. Yeah. If I went into detail, it would
bore
get confusing.
Wouldn't bore them shitless. I say, are you a business analyst or a business analyst? It's all about the detail, isn't it?
Yes.
All about the detail. He's a detail man. So Aidan was offered a work contract, and we thought, well, that works out quite well because, you know, we weren't meant to be travelling. And then, as happens in life, we get home, everything's evened out now. Everyone's back on an even keel. And what do you know? We could be travelling.
Well, we can still do it. We just need to work out what's happening, and we may be able to get away for a few weeks in the van and work at the same time. Yeah,
so that's kind of where we're at the moment, just working out the time that we've got between now and when we leave to go overseas. I'm trying not to think about that because many of you know that I'm absolutely terrified of flying. So people keep saying, "Are you excited, Leah?" No, I'm not. I'm excited to get to Ireland and to meet a lot of Aidan's family and do travelling around Ireland. I've been overseas and I didn't get to Ireland and I didn't get to Scotland, and Aidan's not done Scotland either, so we are planning on doing that, and we're motorhoming around Scotland. Well, we think we're going to be.
If we can get you on the plane.
If I can get on the plane and get our heads around how motorhoming in Scotland will be very different to travelling in outback Australia. But apart from that, Aidan and I have been well, and for the most part, haven't we?
Yep.
Very tired. It was just a really difficult 3 months.
Yep.
Really, it's been. And you just get tireder and tireder as the time goes on. So we're just coming out the other side of that now. And part of you know, our life is just getting out and exploring, and when we actually can't physically, maybe because of work or other things that are happening, can't get out on the road for long periods of time, one of our favourite things to do is just get in the car for the day, get up early or whatever.
Well, we were actually meant to go away yesterday for a night in the tailgate, but because the Ram hadn't moved in 2 weeks or 3 weeks probably.
3, I think.
And the batteries are getting on. They were just on 4 years old, the batteries. Of course, went out to start it, and with all the heat we've had, obviously something's gone wrong with the battery, so it wouldn't start. So we had to get 2 new batteries for the Ram.
And it wasn't just a matter of charging them back up. They were dead. The
charger wouldn't even pick them up.
No, dead as dodos. But there had been an indication several weeks back now, when we had some work done on the Ram, the battery had gone flat and we charged it up. So as Aidan said, they're 4 years old or something now, and also they've just been sitting out there in this extreme heat that we've had. So yeah, we'd packed and everything, and then we can't just go down the street on a Saturday where we live and buy a couple of batteries for the Ram.
No, it was an hour each way drive, and made it before they closed.
Yeah, so Aidan had to get in the car, head across to Port Augusta. I mean, we could have left it until early this week, but Aidan went across, and of course by the time he got back and then fitted the new batteries, it just chews into your time that you thought you were going to be away. So we canned that.
Have to give a shout out to Outback Batteries, because I rang them up. They had the batteries in stock, and even though they were closing at 12, I said, I'll be pushing it to make it for 12. I said, can you stay for 5 minutes longer? And he said, yeah, not a problem. And
yeah, so
I did make it, but
yeah, I don't even want to know how he made it. No, but so Outback Batteries in Port Augusta, thank you for that. That was great. Saved us having to try and get across there early this week. So yeah, that's kind of where things are at for us at the moment, everyone. So we are really missing being out on the road, missing being in the van, missing just being in the tailgate camper. And we hope now that we might be able to get away in the next several weeks, even if it's just for small stints, because the other thing which has happened is the weather in South Australia has evened out. As you can see today behind us, absolutely magnificent.
And only 28 degrees, not 38 or
28 degrees and not 42. Our night temperatures for a little bit there were absolutely insane. It wasn't dropping below mid-20s. Really, really warm. And, you know, in those temperatures, you just don't feel like getting out and looking around, and particularly in the areas that we love.
Yeah.
So, you know, we haven't been sitting around idle. We've been, what would the word be? We've bumped into several followers in our little home-based town recently. And that's been really wonderful to meet some great people. And they're like, are you guys Leah and Aidan? And we're like, yes. It's quite funny.
Gary and Julian, their bush tracker.
Yeah, Gary and Julian, your bush tracker. Hi, guys. Lovely to meet you. And it's just been, you know, great. We've another friend that popped through, Sally. She's we've met her several times out on the road now. So we're not sitting around doing nothing. It's been busy, but we do hope you'll bear with us, and we'll get out and about in the coming weeks.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the plan. Let's hope everything goes to plan this time. And as you can see, yes, behind us today, we got out this morning. Aidan picked a dirt road using the HEMA maps, and off we set. So hopefully I can get that together for you in the next episode.
Yep.
Because we also just discovered a great free camp just down the road. So we thought, yes, see, that's the type of thing that we can just do on a whim. And that is generally what we try and do, which we were aiming for yesterday, wasn't it?
There's hundreds of kilometres of dirt road in every direction around us.
Yeah.
Fortunately, there's a few sealed ones to the main towns, but
yes,
the dirt ones.
And actually, we were going to try and get away earlier this week, and believe it or not, we had some rain come through the Flinders Ranges, and a lot of the roads were closed because it was just short and torrential. And
15 to 20 mil.
Yeah,
an hour.
Yeah, you might be able to see the creek behind us. Many of the creeks around us did the flash flooding, and it did close off a few of the roads in the Flinders that we wanted to go. So for those of you that don't know and may have just joined us, our home base is in the Flinders Ranges, and one of the reasons that we chose there and we love it so much is because of all the things that we can explore on a whim. When we
can be in the rocks in the Flinders or down on the rocks at the coast.
Yeah, when we're actually at home base. So stay tuned, everyone. We'll show you this great dirt road that we've been doing today, hopefully in the next episode. And as always, thanks so much for joining us, watching our episodes on our channel.
Yep. Don't forget, like, subscribe, and leave us a comment.
Yes, love hearing from you. So please do that. It's great. It helps our little channel. But more than that, we just absolutely love hearing from you. We know it's not the world's best video editing and all of those things, but it's who we are. So hopefully we
try and keep it real.
Yeah, we try and keep it real. Life goes on around us and we don't spend hours and hours doing it. I'm slowly teaching myself how to get better at it, I hope. So,
but we're not going to put filters on everything to make it look bluer or pinker or whatever.
No, we're not those sorts of people. We want, when you pull up somewhere, if you're watching our channel and you pull up somewhere where we've been, we want it to look like, when we're filming, or putting an episode together, we want it to look like how it is when you get there. I mean, obviously
when we get there. It could be different when you get there.
Well, yeah, things change, but if I had a bloody dollar for every pink lake that I've pulled up to, because Instagram and everywhere else says, look at this amazing lake, and then I get there, it is nothing like it. Drives you nuts. So you won't get any of that from us, but stick with us. We'll be out on the road again soon, and we'll hope to see you then.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Bye.
All right.
Bye. Christ, I look like I've got a wig on. Don't I?
No.
Hey?
No.
Yes, I do. You know what I think I look like? Dickie Nee. Do you remember Dickie Nee?
No.
Off of Hey Hey It's Saturday?
No.
Oh, God, you're Irish. You probably weren't here when that was all out.